Morning, everyone. Welcome to another of our daily devotions. We're going to be thinking about another verse in Psalm 8 this morning. We're going to focus particularly upon verse number 2. This year, for the first time in many years, our two congregations, Ballennon and Ballylane, held a holiday Bible club outreach. The aim of that particular outreach ministry was to present the good news of the gospel to the children, to tell them about God, to tell them about Jesus. And we were greatly encouraged with the number of children who came along each morning. And then on the Friday evening, the number of their parents who attended the parents' evening. It was a great opportunity to set forth a teaching of the Bible with regards to God, sin, salvation, Jesus, and so on. As part of our daily programme, we had a time of singing praise to God. And it was lovely and it was very encouraging to see the children and to listen to the children singing praise to God. The portions of praise that we used highlighted the greatness and the glory and the power and the goodness and the love of God. And the words were explained to the children before they sang them. The children then raised their voices in praise to God. In Psalm 8, the psalmist speaks about children and infants praising God. He says, "Out of the mouths of children and infants, you have established strength," or as some of the other translations puts it, "you have established praise." And it goes on account of your foes, to put an end to the enemy and the one seeking revenge. The psalmist recognizes that in this world there are those who are enemies of God. Enemies because they do not believe in the one and only true and living God of the Bible. They don't believe in God at all, many of them. The psalmist describes such people as that is God's foes. He describes them as the enemy. He describes them as ones seeking revenge. And each of those terms speak of people who are actively opposed to the idea of a single ruling sovereign God. How are these foes put in their place, so to speak? The psalmist says, by the simple praise of God that comes from the lips of children. Now, the enemies are older, they're more mature. In so many ways, they are much more educated than the children. They know so much more than these children. They are, in a multitude of ways, far superior than the children, certainly stronger than them. But here's the thing. These children, in praising God, are showing that in that which matters most, they are far better informed, and they display in their praise of God evidence of a far greater knowledge and understanding of things than these adults with whom they are contrasted. You see, the child who sings of God's power in creating the world actually knows more about the real truth of things than the atheistic evolutionary professor who has an alphabet of qualifications after his name, but who totally rejects the idea of the existence of God. The child looks up to the heavens and sees the sun, the moon, the stars, and they praise the God who made them. The lofty heavens proclaim the majesty of God. The firmament displays his handiwork abroad. The atheistic astronomer, the atheistic evolutionary scientists, they look up and they think we're very lucky that this just happened to turn out as it did. All of this is simply by chance. So standing on the sidelines, watching and listening to the little children singing the praise of God for who He is and what He has done, it shows us where true knowledge lies. And God uses these infant voices as an anthem of praise and as a weapon to overcome His enemies. Never despise teaching children God's ways. It's a very important work. God uses the voices of these children to affirm His glory through praise. And today, we should join our voices with the voices of the little children and praise the true and living God. Let's do that. Have a great day.